Hello all, welcome to day 3 of the live stream. Hope you're able to see me. So we will start in the next 5-6 minutes. So let's wait for everyone. So I pasted a link. So please mark your attendance in that link so that I am able to know how many people are attending. And we will start in another 4 minutes. Maybe let people join. So it's time to start the class now. So welcome to day 3. So in day 1 we did HTML, day 2 we did CSS, but CSS was a bit long, so I divided it into day 3. So we will continue with CSS today, and day 4 means tomorrow we are going to build a site with HTML and CSS, what we will learn today. So let's get started. And this is what we had created in the previous class. This HTML is there, and this CSS is there, and it is working here. And as usual, I have started it with the live server so that it get updated live, means whatever I change in the HTML, it will get updated. So today the first thing which we are going to learn is styling forms. So forms, as in the HTML class, we have already seen that the forms were quite ugly, means they were not looking good, but we'll make forms look good with the help of CSS. So we'll start from the end here. Let me have a car also, and then I will have a form. And let me show one more shortcut in VS Code. So it is because of Amit. So my form, this form is there, and I want a class of my form in it. So I will give my dot my dash form, and then I will press tab. So it will create like this. And we don't need an action right now because we are not submitting to the backend. So it will create complete thing. And then let have 3 div inside it, and we'll have a text box, we'll have an email, and have a message, and then a submit button. So we'll have all of them in a separate div. So div, again I will use that shortcut div dot form group, and then I will press tab. So it will create the class, and then label for I don't need right now. Name, input type text, and name equal to name. Let me save it. Yeah, and we are going to see this. Let me have some break rows here so that I get some space. So I got that space. So this name is created. Let me have it 2 times. So the second one will be email. Type is text. Let it be text. Email. The last one will be message, and this one will be a text area. Let me make it a text area, and text area needs an ending also, so like this. And then input type, but we are going to have an input type of submit, class of button, and value of submit. Save it, and it is again this ugly form. So now what we are going to do, we are going to style it. So yeah, so we will go to the CSS, point dash form. First me give some padding 20 px, and if I save it, my dash form then my dash form dot form group. So this form group is every div we have a class of form group except the last one. So form group padding bottom is 15 px. Yeah, so padding bottom is been applied to every one of them. My form label, we are targeting the label now. And why we're targeting the label, when we're targeting the form, my form and that label, we're targeting each of the label, and we are going to make it a display block. So if you see here, label is this. If you make it a display block, by default they are inline element, because label is an inline thing, and if I make it a display block, they will go to the next line. So they are going to the next line because I am making it a display block, and it is already looking very good. So one more thing, we can target, there are two input types in here. One is input type text and one is input type submit. So if we want to target a specific thing, we can mention it inside a bracket. We can mention it there. So my form input type equal to text, yeah, and dot my form text area. So we're targeting two things, and we can do it by comma. So type text is this one and this one. So we target, and this one also. This one we're targeting by text area. So we will give padding 8 pixel. The padding is all around the element. Let me save it. The padding has been given, and then width is, we will tell it as 100%. Let me save it. And the width is 100%, so they're extended to 100%. So it is already looking very good now. So I think we are only left with the button. So this is almost done. So we can have many other things, but this is already looking very good. And now we only need the button to, this is the default button which is been shown. So we will change it to dot button. So margin of 0.2 m 0.2 m, padding of 0 15 px 0 15 px, border of none. Let me save this much. The border we have removed. Text line center, line height 34 pixel, border radius 0.2 m, font sizes, yeah, this is again a shortcut. I have given FZ and then press the tab, it will give me font size is 1 rem. Color is white and background is the, yeah, this one. So it is looking good. So yeah, now our button looks quite good. So just one more thing is remaining for the button. It is a hover state. You might have seen in all the websites. 101 line code 10. Okay, I will explain again. So 101 line code. So 101 line code is see this my form, we're choosing my form and then this input. So if I have given just input, it had chosen all the input including the, we have a input but type button also, input as submit. So I didn't wanted you to select that, so I wanted to select only this text and text, and this comma we can give, we can give something else also. So means let me remove it also. So if it is like this, I have given input, so see it would have made the button also 100%. So I don't want the button to be 100%. So text area I have removed. So these three it has made 100%. So first let me put the text area. So the text area also become 100%, and then I'll do this and type equal to text means that this is a type of text. Type of text I can put, type of submit I can put. So let me do one thing. The type of text is there, so it will again be fixed. But I will do a type of submit. Now this is 100% and this is not. So I wanted to target that text. That's why I did it. Hope it explains. Now the last thing which we are going to learn is button hover. So for hovering, we have to give this pseudo element as hover, and background hash. Let me take something E74B37, and also is pointer. The pointer means when I take the cursor over it, it will change to pointer. So background hover. See now if I take my mouse over it, first it changes to hand, and the color is also changed to the same background which I given. So this is known as hover, which generally is there in every button on the internet. We have a hover state. So this is known as hover state. So let's move forward now, and so our form is complete. So we will learn about the concept of alignment and floating now. So they are a bit old concept, but they are used a lot in the older code. See, nowadays we use flexbox and css mainly, and sometimes in many projects the libraries are there for css like bootstrap and all. So bootstrap is very popular that we use, but because people find css very difficult, especially the javascript people, they find css difficult. So sometimes they use bootstrap, but I don't generally prefer bootstrap, because right now flexbox and css grid are very good, but we have to learn the old way also. So I will tell the old way, because still you will require that at many places. So first we will learn about alignment and floating. So again, let me go here, and div dot block, class of block I have creating, and inside this h2 adding 1, and then paragraph lorem 20. This is again a shortcut, lorem 20 if I give. So it will create it like this text. Then this block, let me repeat another 2 times. So 1, 2, adding 2, adding 3. Let me have something after it also. See, and now, yeah, it is showing like this, adding one paragraph and this. So this is the normal flow, because it was wrapped in a div, which is a block. So this is the normal flow. So it will, div is block level elements, so they will appear one after the another. So the concept we will learn, it is known as float, means we are going to float them. So C means three of them this have this class of block. So we'll go and dot block will do, and then float left. So what it does is float it to the left, float left, and then width is 33.33%. I gave 33.33% because 100% you divided in 3 equal parts, it is 33.33%. So let me save it. So see, now it is done. Adding 1, adding 2, and adding 3. So it is done. So it might be seeing, you might think it is quite good, but nowadays we don't use it because there are many issues in float, and one of them is that even if it is okay, we have to uh, do something in the code which is mandatory, because or else if there are more floats in the web page, it will create issue. And that thing is that whenever our float last float ends, see, this all are floats, block block block, we have to have an empty div. clear fix. Just like this empty div we need to have, and we have to go back to our styles and dot clear fix clear, both we have to give this. So this is sort of mandatory, or else it messes up with a lot of things, and so it is not that much okay. So after that, uh, we will see another way for this block. Then we will move forward, and that is, let me have a ID. Oh, okay, so we can have ID like div hash main underscore underscore block. So it will create an ID. Dot create a class and hash create a ID. And I was using the shortcut div hash main block. Then I press tab, and so again let me have a h2. So what we are doing right now, we are creating a 2-column layout which are very popular. So we are creating that using this. Okay, so main block and div hash side underscore underscore bar, and this one will just have a lorem horizontal rule. Let me save it, and as usual, let us not forget this and have a clear fix also. By default it will show like this, which we all know means now we are doing a nobody, I don't speak Spanish, I'm from India. So yeah, so let's go here and we'll target the main block first, main block, and we'll make it float left width of 70%. Okay, stay, I missed block left, and similarly as float left we can have a float right also. So side bar float float right width is of 30%. Let me save it. I hope I've given everything right. Main block and sidebar. Yeah, so they are side by side like this. So this is a layout for means two. This is a 3 layout, and this is a 2 block layout. So this type of layouts are quite popular. So we will see another issue. This is not exactly with float, but this is with a lot of things, and we will see how to fix it. And for this, see, I have given 70% and 30%, means no other space is there. And now I will give padding of 15 pixel, and let me give a border also because I want to see what is happening. Border 1 px solid hash ccc, and similar same thing I will have here. and let me save it. See what happened. Now it is not 70%. Now it is more than that. So why it is more than that? So it is more than that because in CSS everything there is a property. So everything is a content box, means I think we have seen this. So box sizing property is a content box, means it will not include the padding and the margin. So we have to make it a border box. So by default it's a content box, but we have to make it a border box. So what we need to do is box sizing border box. Let me do it. Let me save it and see. Now it is okay, because now that padding will be included inside those that 70%. So that's why we give box sizing. So that completes our alignment alignment thing, alignment and floating. Now what we are going to see, we're going to see a very important topic, and it has been used even with even nowadays, and that is known as positioning. Okay, so we will see the positioning, CSS positioning. So by there are the positioning things, there are static, relative, absolute and phase. So they're very important. So by default everything is static. So let move ahead and let's create that. After the horizontal rule, div dot position that box, replace tab, h1 css, and then h2 dash. Okay, so someone is asking me what I used to do, how I live stream. So there is a thing known as I think you are already getting that watermark. So that is known as StreamYard. So I use StreamYard. That's a very good service. So I use this StreamYard to live stream. So you can check that out. So it is all in the browser and it is very easy to use. So let me move ahead, and I had done this, save it, and it is just have a position box, and then h1 and h2, and so right now it is showing nothing much. Let me have some break rows also here, break rows, break row, and then dot position dash box with 800 pixel height, 500 pixel, and let me have a border 1px solid black. So it will show like this. Now we will learn about position absolute. So if we do position absolute to any element, we can move it to top, right, left, and bottom properties. So it have that. So dot position box, we are targeting the h1, means the css which is there, position absolute, and top is 40 pixel. Let me save it, and now suddenly our css, it is not been shown. So why it is not been shown? If you go up, see, css has been shown here. So it is because when you take position absolute, by default it takes the whole page as parent, so it moved the css to the top, and to top, from top 40 pixel it gave. So that's why it is not showing it right. Actually, I wanted to move it from here. So to do that, what is the rule? The rule is that the parent element you have to make relative if you want to move it within the parent element. So the parent element of the h1 is this position box. So we will make this position relative. So let me save it. See, now it is coming here. So it is shifted 40 pixel. So this way we can also shift the, now the parent is relative, so it is very easy to shift the h2 also, position box h2, position absolute, bottom 40 pixel, right 200 pixel. Let me save it, and see, it is moving. So this is how we can move elements in css, and that's why this position absolute is very important, and we use always in any production level project, we use this all the time. So this is thing of position absolute and position relative. Now we will see what is position fixed. So for that, uh, let us make a button first. After this break row, let me have a button, and I will write fixed button because we are going to fix it to the top. Class equal to button, and another class, if you want to take another class, we can give it like this, fixed button, and then let me save it. So we have a fixed button here. Since we are taking the class button, it is taking the css from the earlier thing. So now we'll go here and dot fixed button, position is fixed, and top 20 px. Let me save it, and see, it is here, and see, it will not move, it will always be there. So this is position fixed, and this is very important thing, because in a lot of website we have some social media icons or something displayed here, in which if you move the side, move this, it will always be fixed there. So this is used a lot of places. So this is how it is there. So now the next thing which we are going to learn is about background images. See, we have already learned about images, but not background images. So there is a image tag is there in HTML, but there is a better way to show images, and that is through CSS. So we will learn why it is a better way. For that, I need some images. I have that in my earlier project, so let me take it from there. And make a new folder as images, and inside that I pasted two images. One is this much. See, one is very small and one is a bit big. The pixel is also there. So these two images I have right now. So now we will check this background images. So for background images, we don't need to give anything in index.html. Means we can show image directly from here. So we are going to show this image here. So in the position box, I will type background image, and then I have to give something known as URL. So in the URL I have to give the path, and you can also give the path of some site. In some site, some images there, you can directly give the HTTP path, but we have right now in our folder, local folder, so like this. And then you have to give the path, then images, and then background image.jpg. So this is the small one, means the smaller one, background image. Let me save it and see, it came, but it is showing as repeating, because as I have told earlier, because the image was quite small. So what our browser did, it started repeating it. So by default this is the behavior which is stuck. So we don't want this behavior. So we can give another property known as background image no repeat, and let me save it. So it it is still okay. Background, not image, background, it is repeat, no repeat. Okay, so I gave this, and so the background repeat, right now there is no repeat is there. So but we still don't want like this. We want it to cover the whole thing. So there is another property known as background size, and we will have something known as cover. The property will be cover. So let me save it. So it is now perfect, background size cover. So this is how it is done. So now what we are going to do, as I have told, there is a larger image also. So we are going to see for the larger image also. Let me do this now, and BKG, let me save it and see. One thing is there, see, the image is getting cut. See, the image have a lot of things, but it is getting cut for this. So again, to fix it, we're going to do this. Background repeat is now repeat, and background size is cover, and see, now it is showing perfect. So one thing is that you should always take a larger image than what you need, and use it like this. See, it is showing much better than the smaller image which we have taken. It was a bit hazy. So because it is a stretching at the end of the day, so so an advice always to take an image which is larger than what you need, and then we can fix it like this. Okay, so now one of the last thing which we are going to learn are about the pseudo classes. So one pseudo class we have already seen, that was the hover class, that is also known as a pseudo class. Okay, so after this horizontal row and break row, and then unordered list, we are going to create unordered list dot my list, and it will create this, and let me have this after, so that we have some space, and then we are going to have 8 allies. So there is another shortcut ally into 8. If I do, yeah, to create me 8 ally. So item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. Let me copy it. Item 5, item 6, item 7, and item 8. Let me save it, and it will show like this. Okay, so now we are going to see some pseudo classes. So let me come here, and we are targeting my list here, and then ally we are targeting, but we want to target something specific. So there are many pseudo classes. One of them is known as, and we'll give this colon, and then first child. See, VS Code is already suggesting me, and I will, there are so many other also, but I will take this first child. So background is Rebecca purple. Yeah, let me save it. So first child, you might have guessed, it is giving the first child. Ally, which is the first child, is it is making it the purple. So similar to that, dot my list ally, last child is also there, and background, let me make it royal blue. So as you might have guessed, the last child, last element, last ally is made as royal blue, and there is another very good property known as my list ally nth child. So nth child is like this, nth child, and we can pass anything here. So I am passing 5 here. So background yellow, we save it. See, the fifth one, background is yellow, so I can pass anything here. So let us create another list, because let it be there, and let me call it dynamic list. Me save it, and it will be shown here, and so dot, let me copy it from there, dynamic list. Then I am targeting the li and the nth child. There is another property in nth child. Instead of some number, we can give like even. So this is actually very much used even, and then I can give any background like maybe wheat on violet. Violet is okay. And similarly, I can give odd here, and let me make it wheat. Let me save it and see what happened, even and odd. So there are many times when I don't know how many list items are there, so I can use this property. So for this, so actually this completes all of our main css. Means there are still something remaining, uh, means if I take our course here, so we have done this all. So tomorrow we are going to build HTML CSS project, and so we will use all our learning from these 3 days to create that HTML CSS project, and still CSS is remaining because we have to do CSS flexbox, CSS grid, and grid is a big topic, and we will do some projects with the css grids also before moving to javascript. And one thing I want to tell that css is very important. Some people, if you learn css very well, you can make your whole career out of css. You don't even have to move further to javascript or react, because I know many freelancer, because with the help of html css you can build very beautiful sites. So many designers also know html css, so they design the site in some tool, like not photoshop, because nowadays figma and all they design, and after that they do the html and css. So that can also be a career option for most of you, because if you become very good in css you don't need anything else. But even if you want to go to javascript and react, which all of you should go, you should be good in html css also. So we will focus a bit more on css till day 10, and we are going to learn it very well. We are going to learn flexbox, we are going to learn grid, because I tend to do my css myself, and it is always a required thing. So actually we are done for the day, and I will end the live stream here. So I will see you all tomorrow at the same time, where as I have shown we are going to build a site which all of the learnings we have, which we have done till now. So till now, till that, bye. And this stream will be, the recordings will be available tomorrow on my site, because YouTube take 1 day to process the stream and release it on my site. So you can check my site, and again one thing, please subscribe to my site, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet. So it helps me to create content like this. So you can you in this broadcast only you will get my subscribe link, so please subscribe. And can you provide this program? Okay, someone is asking me to provide this program. Okay, I will provide. Okay, I have a code pen for this. I'm going to provide. So this code pen, Nandesh CI asks, yes, you can work. Yes, you can work on this with this all course. You can work as a 6 to 1 month experience. You have to build a site to create a portfolio. So creating a portfolio is very important. And this is the I have also provided the code pen. So that's it. So I'm ending the broadcast, but see, people have a lot of questions for their career. So maybe sometime I will you subscribe to me my channel, and I we can have sometime stream in which I will answer. I will not teach anything. I will answer your questions, whatever you have. So maybe if you want, you can come and I will tell. Okay, all your doubts. Okay, thank you all. Bye.